The king of the gods, the ruler of the sky, the most powerful being in all of mythology, was also one of the most dangerous. This is the truth they don't tell you about Zeus, because Zeus wasn't just a god of thunder, he was a god of control, and control was everything to him. A ruler who overthrew his own father, and then slowly became exactly what he once feared. Before Zeus became king, before Olympus, before lightning ruled the sky, there was fear, a different kind of fear, the kind that consumes everything. His father, Cronus, ruled the universe, a titan, powerful, unstoppable, but even he was afraid because of a prophecy, a single sentence that would shape the fate of everything. It said one of his children would overthrow him, and Cronus believed it, every word. So he made a choice, not out of madness, but out of fear. He consumed his own children, one by one by one, not because he wanted to, but because he thought it was the only way to survive. Think about that. A god so powerful, yet so afraid of losing control, that he erased his own future. But fate doesn't disappear that easily, because one child escaped. Zeus, hidden from his father, taken away at birth, raised in secret, far from power, far from the throne, but never far from destiny. He grew up hearing stories about his father, about fear, about power, and slowly, those stories became something else, not warnings, but motivation. Because Zeus didn't just want to survive, he wanted control. When Zeus finally returned, he didn't come back as a son. He came back as a challenger. He didn't ask for the throne. He didn't negotiate. He took action. He forced Cronus to release his siblings. And then he started a war so massive, so intense, it shook the foundations of existence. This was the Titanomachy, a clash between titans and the new gods. It lasted for years. Endless conflict. Chaos across the universe. Nothing was safe. Not the sky, not the earth, not even the future. But in the end, Zeus won. He defeated his father. He claimed the throne. And just like that, the ruler of everything changed. But power doesn't erase fear. It transforms it. Because once Zeus became king, the question wasn't, what will he do? It was, what will he become? At first, he brought order. He divided the world, sky, sea, underworld. Each god had a role, a system, a balance. But control is never satisfied. Because once you have power, you start to fear losing it. And that fear changes you. Zeus didn't just rule Olympus, he watched it. Every god, every human, every action. Nothing escaped him. And if something did, it didn't stay that way for long. Because Zeus believed one thing above all. Control must be absolute. And if it wasn't, it had to be enforced. Take Prometheus, a titan, but not an enemy. Not at first. He saw humanity struggling, cold, vulnerable, lost. So he gave them something powerful, fire. Not just warmth, but knowledge, progress, a future. But Zeus didn't see it as a gift. He saw it as a risk, because empowered humans are harder to control. So he made an example. Prometheus was punished, not once, not briefly, but endlessly, a reminder of what happens when someone challenges control. But Zeus didn't stop with one punishment. He sent a message to all humanity, a warning, wrapped as a gift. Her name was Pandora, and with her, a box, beautiful, harmless, at least on the surface, but inside were all the struggles of the world, pain, illness, suffering. When it was opened, those things spread everywhere, and humanity changed forever, not because they chose to, but because they were never given a choice. This wasn't balance, this was control. And the deeper you look, the clearer it becomes. Zeus didn't just protect order, he maintained dominance. Even in his personal life, the pattern repeated. He was known for his relationships, stories that sound like myths, but when you look closer, they tell a different story. Transformation, disguise, manipulation, a swan, a bull, light itself, not to inspire, not to guide, but to get what he wanted. And no one could truly oppose him, not even Hera, his wife, the queen of the gods. She saw everything, she understood everything. But even she was trapped in the system Zeus created. She couldn't challenge him directly, so the consequences fell on others. And Zeus allowed it, which made the cycle continue again and again and again. Because when power goes unchecked, it doesn't stabilize, it expands. And everyone feels it, gods, mortals, even his own family. No one was truly safe, and yet, despite all his power, all his control, Zeus still feared one thing. The same thing his father feared, a prophecy, a future he couldn't control, because deep down, he knew the truth. Power is temporary, no matter how strong you are, no matter how high you rise. There is always something waiting, watching, growing, and one day it replaces you. And instead of breaking that cycle, Zeus continued it. He ruled with fear, with authority, with absolute control, but also with doubt, because the higher you stand, the further you can fall. So was Zeus truly a protector, a guardian of order, a necessary ruler, or was he just another king trying to outrun fate? Because in the end, the most dangerous gods aren't the ones who destroy worlds. They're the ones who will do anything to keep them